Republic Island. This game is about democracy and corruption. Target to 14 and plus and releasing on mobile platforms such as iOS and Android. With a combination of turn-based strategy and a card game, and up to a maximum of 8 players. The goal, however, is to reach the most amount of money in your offshore account. With different roles on the island, players must elect a new president every turn, who will determine what role they will play next, and distribute the budget among them. Not everyone is going to be happy, as there is not enough money for everyone. Hence, they will not vote for the same president again, or even start a revolution. Here's an explanation of the roles. The President. Everyone wants to be the President. This is the highest position and allows you to control the other player movements, as one of your tasks is to make sure everyone is happy and balance the budget between other players, while keeping some to yourself. Secret Agent. Probably the role with the highest impact on the game, as you have an ability to assassinate any other player. If you succeed, you'll be able to take their money. This player must be trusted when elected by the President, else things can get ugly. The Banker. This position allows you to easily bribe any other player without wasting your pocket money. Also, you can instantly deposit the money on your offshore account without having to go into the bank, but directly from the home or your hotel. The Navy Admiral. The Navy Admiral controls the Marines and can fire with the gunboat, which allows him to have strength during the coup. The Air Force Commander controls the paratroops and can make airstrikes, similar to the Navy Admiral during a coup. Then we have the General of the 1st Division, the General of the 2nd Division, and the General of 3rd Division. The game is divided in 6 phases. Phase 1. Voting procedure and position assignment. In the start of every turn, each player must vote for the new president. If this is a tie, the president will have the extra final vote. In handing out positions, the president may keep the promises he has made earlier, but does not need to. He may keep position assignments as they were from the previous turns, or make changes. This is the only point in the round at which the president may change to these assignments, even if the new player becomes the president later in a round. Phase 2. The budget. The president will start distributing money between the other players. The president has full control of this money and he can opt out to keep it all for himself if he desires. However, this will lead to the other 7 players to be unhappy and against him. Even though not everyone will be happy, there is not enough money in the game to make it even. This is what the game interesting and makes an impact on the different player roles later on. Phase 3. Location. Players must choose a place where they will be staying for each turn secretly. This will have a function during the assassination phase, or the next phase, where the assassin must guess this place correctly in order to complete and kill another player for that turn and keep their money. There's 5 different places. The headquarters. The players can start the coup here, only if they are on the headquarters in the final of the round. The bank. On the banking phase, which is the 5th, the bank allows the player to deposit the money on their offshore account. The banker have a special perk where he can deposit the money from the other locations, like the next ones: home, the hotel, and lastly the club. Phase 4. Assassination and bribe phase. As explained before, in this phase the secret agent can assassinate any player he wishes. However, he must guess the right location. If he succeeds, the player will be out for that turn and lose all his pocket money. Offshore accounts are never affected by this player's death. If all players are assassinated during this phase, the game ends and the secret agent wins. If the president is killed, a new president is elected according to the usual voting procedure, immediately after the last assassination is resolved. Players can also bribe any other player to support them in a coup if you plan to do so. Non-secret agent players can also bribe the assassin and assassinate anyone they want. All bribes are one-time offer and cannot be negotiated. The bribe can be accepted or declined and will be visible to anyone if they do so. Phase 5, Banking. In this phase, beginning with the president and moving clockwise from there, all players who choose the bank as their location may deposit or withdraw the money from their offshore account, if they were not killed trying to get there. Every 5th turn, the bank is closed, and this phase is skipped during that round. As mentioned before, the banker does not need to be in the bank to deposit or withdraw money from his offshore account. He can do so from home or the hotel, as well as from the bank if he wishes. Phase 6, Coup. A player who chooses headquarters as his location and is still alive may start a coup. The player starting the coup becomes a rebel. When the coup is declared, play continues in the other game mode, the coup game. If no coup is declared, player continues with the next phase and the round ends. Only one player per round may start a coup. The first player in clockwise order to do so becomes the first rebel. If there is no coup, the turn ends and it starts again with the voting procedure on the phase 1. Coup game explained. Each player must choose one side, the rebels or the loyalists. After the sides are chosen, each player will roll the dice. All digits will add up for each side. In the case of a draw, the loyalists always wins. The Navy Admiral and the Air Force Commander have an extra roll during the coup. Gunboat and airstrikes will choose the target of the opposition team and roll. If the roll is superior than 4, the target will be dead for the coup, running one last roll for the opposition team. If the loyalist wins, the president stays the same. However, if the rebel wins, there will be a new vote phase between them. The new president will be elected and stay for the next turn without a new voting procedure in the phase 1. Phase 1 will be solely used for position assignment.